Until now, this series has focused on notes for Chicago-style and Turabian-style documents. Now we're moving on to references. But before we talk about creating references, we need to understand them. A reference is a lot like a note. It contains most of the same details. So why is such similar information listed in more than one place in the same document? Because notes and references have different jobs. Notes keep track of sources in the order they appear in the text, so readers can easily gain more information while they're reading. They either appear at the bottom of a page or on an endnotes page, and they are listed in order of use. A single source can appear as a note multiple times if it's cited more than once in a document. Oh, and notes only include cited sources. So, unless you quote, paraphrase, or borrow ideas from a source, you don't add it as a note. Reference entries are a bit different. Instead of appearing in order of use, they're alphabetized using the last name of the first author for each source. They appear on the bibliography page at the end of the document, and each source is listed on the bibliography page only once. Finally, references can include both cited and consulted sources. Okay, now that you understand the basics of references and bibliography pages, let's talk about reference format. Just like footnotes and endnotes, references include three major sections: authors, publication information, and locations. But notes and references aren't formatted the same way. In notes, the author's name is written in natural order, with the first name preceding the last name. In references, the first author's name is flipped. This allows the list of references to be alphabetized by the last name of each source's first author. Next comes punctuation. Notes separate information with commas, but references use both commas and periods. Now we'll look at page numbers. Notes for some types of sources always include page numbers to direct the reader to cited information. References, on the other hand, don't include page numbers unless the author only used a small section of a larger source. Last comes indentation. Notes use a standard indentation, but bibliography entries use a hanging indent. Now, let's talk about writing a reference. The first author's name, and only the first author's name, is written in reverse order. If the source only has one author, follow the author's name with a period to end the author's section. If the source has more than one author, every name after the first is written in natural order, with first name followed by last name. For two authors, separate the first author's name and the second author's name with the word and. For three authors, separate the first two authors with a comma, then add another comma followed by the word and between the second and third authors. You'll follow this same format for up to 10 authors, always separating the last two authors with the word and separating all others with commas. If a source has more than 10 authors, list the first 7, followed by et al. Since et al is an abbreviation, it always ends with a period. There's no need to add a second period to close out the authors section. Publication information comes next, but how it's written depends on the type of source you're referencing. We can't tackle them all here, but check out the other videos in this series to learn how to write references for specific types of sources.